What's up, guys? Your boy, Twenty K13. Going to give you guys a wrestling news weekend wrap up. Big tag match main event revealed for Monday's Raw. WWE announced that Roman Reigns would team with Dean Ambrose to take on Kane and Seth Rollins in the main event of Monday's episode of Raw. Family of Dunk the Clown suing WWE. The family of the late Matt Osborne, the original Dunk the Clown, filed a lawsuit in Dallas, Texas against WWE, allegedly that brain injury and other issues suffered while working for the company led to Osborne's death of June 2013. The lawsuit filed on behalf of Osborne's children alleges that traumatic brain injury resulted in depression and drug abuse, which ultimately resulted in Osborne's untimely death. WWE lawyer Jerry McDevitt said that WWE is being targeted by attorneys who tell wrestlers and their families there's hundreds of thousands of dollars to be made filing concussion-related suits. He also mentioned that this suit is no different, that it's just another one in a long line of legal filings aimed at drumming up people looking for NFL money. And they don't have any, and I quote, and they don't have any merit, he says. They are different from the NFL. We never had anyone claim they had the kind of injury until the attorney did it. They find the death to people who have no money and told them their money to be made. That's what is going on. And I feel bad for these families because they think they'll make money off of this, and they not. June 25th, WWE SmackDown viewership info. According to ShowBuzzDaily.com, this past Thursday night edition of WWE SmackDown averaged 2.496 million viewers, which up 1.2% from last week's 2.466 million viewership average. Blue Pants worked NXT live event. Blue Pants, who had worked WWE NXT TV taping in the past, worked last night's live event in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Blue Pants lost a single match to Sasha Banks. WWE Network to air Finn Balor special. On Thursday, July 2nd at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, WWE Network will air a special on Finn Balor titled Finn Balor, The Demon Revealed. The show description is as follows: an in-depth look inside the life, career, and future of NXT superstar Finn Balor. Yet another top star likely finished with TNA after Slammiversary, likely heading to Global Force Wrestling. Spoilers. Y'all don't want to hear spoilers? Skip through the video. As noted, James Storm is expected to finish up with TNA after Slammiversary on Sunday night. TNA did tape several episodes of Impact this week, which will feature Storm, but Sunday is expected to be Storm's last live appearance. The Wrestling Observer is reporting that Madden, who will be facing James Storm on Sunday night, will also be finishing up with the company following the pay-per-view. The report notes Madden is expected to sign with Global Force Wrestling after he finishes up with TNA. The reason the above is a spoiler is because both Magnus and Storm will appear on TNA TV until their previously taped episode of Impact air, which is also why nothing is being said publicly about them leaving. Backstage rumor killer on Jeff Jarrett buying TNA Impact Wrestling and future plans and more. While there were some rumors on several websites, not his one, that suggested that Jeff Jarrett was trying to buy TNA, that is not the case. There are no indications that Jarrett is trying to buy the company, as Jarrett is focused on promoting and building GFW. The Jeff and Ken was not at any other recent taping of Impact, and this far Jeff has not been offered a spot in the TNA Hall of Fame. While there is said to be a lot more to the deal than just the Slammiversary appearance, nothing is yet confirmed. Update on Big Impact Wrestling angle tape tonight involving Jeff Jarrett. Spoilers. As noted, TNA announced Jeff Jarrett as a 2015 TNA Hall of Fame inductee. The induction ceremony actually took place after Impact taping tonight and will air on a late July or early August edition of Impact Wrestling, and the ceremony was conducted by Dixie Carter and Mike Tenay. Another top TNA star leaving the company. Spoilers. There have been speculating for quite some time as to what the future holds for Austin Aries and TNA. During tonight's Impact Wrestling taping, Ari wrestled Rockstar Spud in match, with the stipulation being that if Ari won, he got to take Spud Rockstar name. If Spud wins, Ari has to leave TNA. Spud won the match, and it appeared as if Aries is finished with TNA for the time being. Ari joined James Storm, Madness, and Low Ki as named leaving TNA. Kurt Angle make major health-related announcements at tonight's Impact Wrestling taping. Spoilers. Y'all don't want to hear spoilers? Just skip through it. While it remains unclear whether or not this is part of a storyline at the TNA Impact Wrestling taping tonight, Kurt Angle announced he will be taking some time off as he had a tumor on his neck and will require surgery. Angle said he will get his rematch against EC3 at some point, but it could be a while. This prompted EC3 to come out and take credit for causing the tumor on Angle's neck, and then attack Angle before Chris Melendez came out to make the save. Finn Balor talked with Bullet Club members. WWE NXT star Finn Balor, FKA Prince Devitt, and the former leader of the Bullet Club appeared on the Talking Shop 1-year anniversary podcast this week. Balor is joined by Carl Anderson and more. WWE Raw airing twice next week. The USA Network website is listing WWE Raw airing at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this coming Tuesday as a lead-in to Tough Enough. It looks like it might be an edited 2-hour version of Raw from the night before. Karen Jarrett talked returning to TNA and seeing Dixie Carter again. Global Force Wrestling has released a video below featuring Karen Jarrett reacting to her and Jeff TNA return. The following is a quote, and I quote, "All this week, everything on social media, all the different wrestling websites, people continue to talk about this being a storyline. This is not a storyline. This isn't something that somebody pitched to the company. This is our real life. How did it feel stepping back into the Impact Zone? Amazing. Backstage, seeing everyone and all the love they have for Jeff and myself. You know, you miss people, but you don't realize how much you miss them until you see them in person." Big update on Jeff Jarrett's TNA future. Jeff Jarrett had tweeted the following, noting he is backstage at the Impact taping tonight. This means he is likely to appear on the Impact episode which aired in late July and August. Backstage update on 2 top TNA stars leaving the company. Speculation of GFW and TNA agreement or invasion angle. According to the Wrestling Observer, both James Storm and Madness will be finishing up with TNA at Slammiversary as their TNA contracts are expiring, and Manic is expected to work for Global Force Wrestling following his TNA departure. It being said, Manic is not actually signing with GFW, but has agreed to work the promotion's first set of TV tapings on July 24th in Las Vegas. The move is said to be business-related and capable on both sides. With regard to James Storm, he had been talking about leaving TNA for a while now, and his deal expired on Tuesday, so his last date will be tomorrow's pay-per-view. There is a lot of speculation that the release of Madness and James Storm would be part of some type of invasion angle with GFW and TNA, and at this point, the release of Low Ki looks to be legit, while anything is possible with Madness and Storm. The Rock makes surprise appearance at WWE Live in Boston. The Rock made a surprise appearance during Saturday night WWE Live event in Boston. Bo Dallas was in the ring during a promo to rile up the fans when The Rock's music hit and the former WWE champion received a massive ovation from the crowd. Rock ended up giving Dallas a rock bottom and people elbowed, much to the delight of the local fans in Boston. The reason The Rock was in town is because he'd been in Boston for the past month filming the movie Central Intelligence with Kevin Hart that will be released in June 2016. It was likely a one-time thing that was done just because he was in the area. This is similar to when he showed up on Raw last October because he was in Brooklyn when WWE was. WWE are promoting the surprise of The Rock showing up as an example of how anything can happen at a WWE Live event. While fans in Boston may have known that he was in town, they probably didn't expect him to show up, cut a promo on Dallas, and then drop him with his signature move. WWE posted a full 18-minute video of The Rock appearing. There was a funny moment when The Rock's cell phone actually fell out of his pocket while he was running the rope for the People elbow. He realized it after he hit the move on Dallas. Other matches on the card saw Seth Rollins beat Dean Ambrose in a steel cage match main event, John Cena beat Kevin Owens by disqualification, and Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt ended in a countout. Backstage news: major heat between talent and TNA management due to phoniness. There is said to be heat between the talent and TNA management due to management being perceived as phony. Over the last 18 months, Jeff Jarrett was buried and treated like public enemy number one, and then brought back in as if nothing was wrong. Some feel that if TNA was not going to run in an invasion angle, that they should have used Tommy Dreamer, House of Hardcore promotion. House of Hardcore had pulled a good crowd. 1,500 plus compared to GFW 300 through 400. Used a lot of name talent, and Dreamer currently work with TNA as an agent. Backstage news on why the recent TNA releases are happening, who might be returning, how TNA currently sees itself, GFW, and more. As noted, numerous TNA stars, including James Storm, Madness, Telltale, Austin Aries, and more have either finished up with TNA already or will be finishing up following tonight's Slammiversary pay-per-view. According to PWInsider.com, James Storm and Madness approached TNA officials and asked to be released from their current deal because TNA isn't running live event right now, and because Storm and Madness have work waiting for them elsewhere. They wanted to be able to make money outside of TNA for their family, so it was a business decision for them to leave. TNA officials were understanding of both Storm and Madness' situation and agreed to release them from their deal. TNA understands the possibility that a company like WWE could sign both talent, but it's a risk TNA is willing to take. And the current feeling is Madness will be working their first set of Global Force Wrestling TV taping. TNA does have plans to bring both Storm and Madness back for future TV taping, assuming they don't sign with a company like WWE. With regard to the current state of TNA, the company looks at itself right now as a TV product and is adjusting to doing business differently than before. The company is not in the financial situation it was once in, so it's only able to keep top talent like Kurt Angle and Jeff Hardy locked into deals. More talent releases departure could be happening in the near future, but it is being said TNA is very interested in working with Jeff Jarrett and Global Force Wrestling, and with Jarrett impending Hall of Fame induction, a talent share between promotions is not out of the question. And finally, breaking news. 2 more big names leaving TNA after Slammiversary tonight. Full list of top talent released this week. According to the Wrestling Observer, TNA Knockout Telltale and Awesome Kong will both be finishing up with TNA following Slammiversary tonight. Both Knockout contracts are expiring this weekend, and after this writing tonight, pay-per-view will be their final TNA appearances. The following is an updated list of names who have already finished with TNA or are finishing with the company following Slammiversary. James Storm, Low Key, Madness, expected to work the initial GFW taping, Austin Aries, Mickie James, Gunner, Sam Shaw, Awesome Kong, and Telltale. Well, that's it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Peace.